morning, West Michigan. I'm Fox 17 Weather Ready meteorologist Terry DeBoer joining you live here on this Friday morning as we check out a very tranquil looking start to the day. Looking off to the north out over the Grand River, US 131 north and southbound just north of the Ford Freeway interchange. Temperatures are holding steady this morning in the upper 30s to low 40s, and a big reason for that is that we've maintained a deck of clouds during the overnight period with just a few isolated sprinkles and showers around. The clouds will gradually depart. The winds will relax today. Temperatures will stay a little cooler than average, but overall definitely not as blustery as the weather that we have had here the last couple of days. So far this month, we had a lot of really warm weather until the beginning of this week, and the last 3 days have featured temperatures that have been a little cooler than average, and that is the trend that is going to continue, but at least without as much wind, it's going to feel a lot more comfortable over the next several days. So far this month, we have picked up bonanza in terms of precipitation. In fact, we're more than 3 inches for the entire month, which is finally bringing us to above average amounts of precipitation, at least for this month. And we've made up some ground in terms of the drought situation across most of central and southern lower Michigan anyway. We still have severe drought from Big Rapids over toward the Midland area, northern Muskegon County up toward Oceana counties. But again, for the most part, most of West Michigan picking up a decent amount of precipitation over the last several days. We picked up about between 2.5 and 4.5 inches of rain in most communities just since last Saturday. And now we're heading into a pattern that will be mainly dry in the days ahead. Not much in the way of any weather activity coming up. No major storms are in sight as we dry out heading into the weekend, into the early part of next week. And again, our average high is now at 57 degrees, and we're going to be cooler than average at least over the next several days. But without as much wind and without the soaking precipitation, it's actually going to feel a lot more comfortable out there. Here's a look at the satellite radar composite this morning. That deck of clouds around, a few isolated sprinkles and very light rain showers. The system, by the way, that upper level low pressure center that we've been tracking is gradually going to be moving off to the east, and that opens the door for high pressure to build in. And that will come along with decreasing amounts of cloud cover, decreasing precipitation. In fact, most of us should enjoy a fairly decent sunset this evening. Beautiful sunrise on the way for tomorrow, and temperatures that'll be much cooler tomorrow morning. In fact, I'm looking at a widespread frost and freeze event as we head into early Saturday morning. So today, just a few isolated sprinkles and very light showers this morning, but we're dry Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Could see a stray shower south of Grand Rapids for Tuesday and Wednesday, but overall the pattern does remain fairly quiet over the next several days. So look at that 7-day forecast. You'll feature high temperatures in the 50s, lows down into the 30s and 40s. Coldest morning will definitely be tomorrow morning. So again, a widespread hard frost and freeze event is likely. Some patchy frost early Sunday morning as well. Then otherwise we'll be looking at those early morning lows in the upper 30s to low 40s. And the 8 to 14 day outlook, well, this takes us almost through the end of that first week of November. A lot of warm air building across the central and western United States. The colder air from the mid-Atlantic states down into the southeast. Northern lower Michigan temperatures a little above average, but most of us will actually see temperatures pretty close to average as we close out October and welcome in the month of November.